very aware of what the show is about. And yet in that moment, in that block of time, all of a sudden, everything before and everything I knew that was coming after just kind of washed away. And I could almost hear Paul in those words of this dark passenger that's driving us and controlling us. And how many times we feel like it's more the real us than anything else. And that's why we don't want to share it, because we don't want people to really know who we are. And so we just have to continue to lie. And this just comes really deeper into our relationship with God, because deep down inside we think, if I embrace who I really am, weakness and brokenness and all, if I really release everything that I am, God will reject me. God won't accept me. And this is all I want to say to you today. That we think to defeat weakness we need to act strong. That we think in order to defeat sin we have to act righteous. We think in order to defeat the dark places in our lives we have to put on a mask of light. But it is that mask that keeps you away from God. It is a barrier. It is a shield pushing God away from you. That God makes very clear this fact, that His strength is made perfect in our weakness. And that when we get to the point when we are willing to say, I have a dark passenger, and I can't lie about it anymore. I do things that I don't want to do. I say things that I know I shouldn't say. I don't even know what I believe about God, but I'll just fake it and pretend to believe. And then maybe someday I will. If we will just expose that to God, and I feel very strongly about this, if we will be a people that will expose that to each other, God's strength will finally be made perfect in our lives. But until we are willing to expose our weakness, until we are willing to expose the thing that really is, and this is so hard because I've had arguments and we've had discussions about this in different places with different pastors about this series. This dark passenger is us. It's the real broken us. And we think we can just hide them away and create a split personality for everybody else. And that is who God died for. But God died for the dark passenger inside of you. The sin in your life attaches itself to the real you because it wants to destroy the real you. And God is just saying, expose yourself. Drop the facade and let my strength be perfect in you. I just want to pray for us today. I'm not proposing to talk about how we fix this yet. That's going to come. How we deal with our dark passengers. What is the direction that we go? How do we deal with the sin that so easily attracts us? How do we deal with temptation? How do we distinguish voices that we hear? We're going to get into all of these topics in the coming weeks. But what I want to do today is I just want us to be aware. I just want you to stop lying to yourself and to the people sitting next to you that you have it all together. Don't do that to the people that are coming to Christ after you, who will see you and see you fake it and go, well, that's how you are a Christian. You just fake it till you make it. I'll just keep trying. That it's only Christ who transforms us, that it's only Christ who works in us, that it's only through His power through what he accomplishes, that we are transformed into new creations. It is only through his power and through his blood that we are found to be righteous, and that it doesn't matter. We have thought that righteousness is about what we do and we don't do, but righteousness is solely on and through the blood of Christ. That your righteousness is not marked by what you do and don't do, or what you feel or don't feel, or what you feel compelled to do. It's solely in the blood of Christ. Let's pray for a moment. Father, I live a lie. Today, even as I speak, I've lived a lie in so many areas of my life. There are areas that I am afraid to talk about because if I did, who would come back? If a pastor talked about the things that are in his heart, these things that the dark passenger whispers in my ear, nobody would ever come back to a church like that. Help me through this series to expose my own dark passenger, admit my weakness, and allow your strength to be perfected in me. That I will never be strong enough to get up on my own and be righteous.